No. Okay. Paul Schlapp? Oh, excuse me, Schlapp?
Finish this for me.
That was pretty good. You did all right. Paul Schlapp.
Finish this for me.
I guess I'm just adding to the choir here. But I got to ask, what are you guys doing? You know, you set out on this journey for a new superintendent with a set of criteria. Well, there's been great change since you started out 5 months or so ago, in that there's been a cap that the governor is coming out with. You know, real leaders, one of the signs of leadership is being able to identify change and adapt. You're failing to do that. There's a cap there now. Now, I watched those candidates. You had one candidate that claimed he was worth every dollar, the $195,000 that he's making now, and he expected a raise. So you can't possibly be considering him. And the other candidate, frankly, seemed to me to be more concerned with his resume than money, so you might be able to get him for less money. But I don't think he's going to want to step. I think as soon as his resume looks a little bit better, he'll be off to the next job. So I'm going to say the same thing. Everything seems to be running pretty smoothly right now under the leadership we have. Mr. Placentella came here tonight with a great idea for expanding the special ed into the community. We had Dr. Coco already on top of it. So, I mean, it's proof positive. The district's running well. The woman's doing a good job. We have a cap coming in. And guys, we don't know what this governor is going to come up with to punish the districts that don't play by his rules. And certainly, you are not playing by his rules. I know there's been an expense in this search that you did, but I think the expense could be far greater down the road if you continue on this course. And I think that we're going to have some of these Board of Education members here tonight with enough moxie to stand up and say, listen, I'm going to motion now that we put this on hold. And we restart it, we advertise the job for what it's going to be with that new cap in place, and get a candidate that wants this district, that wants it for the money they're actually going to be making, and that maybe will stay long enough to see through whatever great ideas they want to implement. In this time of crisis, I don't think it's a good time to change captains of the ship. I'd like to see you continue, Mr. Copeland, in the positions you do. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Jim Sage.
Mr. Lawson, thanks for the update on the superintendent search. I was going to ask a whole slew of questions, but you answered them all in your opening statement. So I really have nothing to ask about the superintendent search. I also mirror what Paul says. I like what we have. We know what we have, but we don't know what we're getting. They're two quality individuals. Like Mr. Gretz's honesty, he said publicly what he should have said privately, that he's basically in for the money. I didn't want to really hear that, but then I love him for his honesty too. So, but again, I like what Paul had to say. My second thing that I want to bring up is I'm noticing the conspicuous absence of Assistant Superintendent Evangelista. And this seems to be about a continued, defiant, and unapologetic behavior of her. It was reported at a previous board meeting that she would only attend meetings to discuss curriculum-related matters. My experience in attending board meetings during the last 3 years indicate every board meeting involves curriculum issues. Her attendance must be made to be mandatory. No stipulation in her contract precludes her attendance from board meetings. Her attendance permits board members, taxpayers, and parents the opportunity to engage in meaningful discussion regarding subjects relating to the curriculum material relevant and important to the children and parents of this district. Her attendance at board meetings would permit interaction with the school official who could explain important matters such as AYP, which we had issues with last year. Not too long ago, Ms. Evangelista was given the full faith and confidence of this very board. She was granted the coveted status of tenure. As a courtesy to board members and taxpayers, she should reciprocate by being present today and at any future board meeting. You, the members of the board, should be insulted and furious of this situation. She should be mandated to be here by either policy change or by a superintendent's directive. Her continued defiance to obey such a directive should enable this district to finally rid itself of the last play who co-engineered the largest case of academic fraud. This has brought embarrassment and disgrace that this district has yet to overcome. And if you remember the last superintendent, Mr. Gray, I believe his name is one of the superintendent finalists, he even brought this matter up also. So please, can we resolve this issue with her attendance as soon as possible? Thank you.
Thank you. Kim Lombardi? Okay. Laura Kolnowski?
I was attendance, sorry.
This is good. Kathy Rinaldi?
Good evening. I'm here in support of the NJROTC, and I'm actually speaking straight from my heart because I was a little bit disappointed when I read the agenda today that our instructors were not given stipends that they were promised, that they were supposedly to be on an agenda for the November minutes. We've been battling this since, I don't know, I think 2009. The Navy pays half their salary. This academy and magnet program has come a very long way. And I feel that sometimes we just don't get the recognition that the academy should be getting. We have brought honor and distinction to this regional district, something that has been lacking in the past few years. Our instructors give endless hours of their time to these kids. They are there at 7 in the morning. They don't leave until 5:30, 6 o'clock at night. They still don't get a stipend for any of this. It kind of insulted me to read the July or August minutes when each of the high schools have a drill team and a flag twirler stipend, when there is a color guard stipend in every school. The NJROTC has done, I don't know, I can't count how many color guards we have done. And all on the request of the district. We go way beyond that as well. And still, we get no recognition for that. Our instructors get no stipends. It's insulting. It really is. If you want a magnet program, you need to support us. We wear this proudly. Freehold Regional District. We made it part of our logo because we are proud to be part of it. They teach our kids honor, courage, commitment. Where is the board's commitment to this magnet program that you brought here? You've had, I forget what the exact number was, but it was the largest amount of applicants to the program this year. Why? Because people have heard about us. They want to come to Colts Neck High School, to Freehold Regional, and be part of that program. And, you know, this is from my heart. My daughter has grown tremendously from this program. And under the direction of Major Penzak, Master Chief Duncan, Master Chief Glory, they love these kids. And I don't see the love coming the other way. And I'm here to say, you guys have to talk. I mean, I understand the budget, and I'm well aware of all of that. But it's a slap in the face when there are other people getting stipends, and these instructors are not. And the program's not getting what they should be getting. And that's all I have to say, and I thank you for hearing me out.
Please forgive me if I mispronounce this. Arnir Oshel?
Good evening. My name is Arnir Oshel. I have two children who are juniors attending the Freehold Township High School District. My one son attends Howell High School, and my other son attends Colts Neck High School. He's in the NJROTC program. I'm here tonight to support the NJROTC unit of Colts Neck High School. The program has grown with honors for the past 3 years. Much is due to the efforts of the instructional staff. The cadets, under the direction of the instructors, have achieved some significant accomplishments, including becoming distinguished unit with honors. My son and his cadet corps have achieved maturity due not only to the guidance of his parents, but with the guidance of the administration and his instructors of the NJROTC and Colts Neck High School. Some background for you. The cadets who participate in some of the extracurricular activities are driven every morning by car to participate in those activities. They arrive at 7 a.m., many to attend drill practice until school begins, and many afternoons they stay after the practice to attend meetings for the NJROTC staff. Our children are very dedicated to the program, as are the vast majority of the cadets, and very proud of this unit. There is always an instructor or two present when our children are on school grounds or at approved events off school grounds. This brings me to the reason that this can happen. It has become the dedication of the NJROTC instructors. They are there to supervise and teach them about the program and to coach them in drill, orienteering, or SEAL team. They are there in the early mornings, during the school day, after school, during evening events, and on weekends. When there are competitions, our instructors organize the events and prepare the cadets. Instructors are there, they work beyond the call of duty. The results of the various competitions have been brought recognition not only to the cadets themselves, but to the school, the district, and the community. The cadets of the NJROTC perform hours of community service and color guard service for special events at the request of many civic organizations. Our instructors are also present for many of those events, again beyond normal school hours. The work of building character and leadership are not just seasonal events or confined to school hours. Those that wish to excel in those areas have the opportunity by participating in extracurricular activities that are available only due to the efforts of the instructors, who have so dedicated themselves to the cadets. We should recognize those efforts appropriately, as we would any other instructor who puts forth the extra measure for their student. My goal would be to see parity for the instructors with other teachers who coach or advise school groups. I hope the board can address this at a meeting in the very near future. Thank you.
Thank you. Dawn Smith.
I am also here in support of the NJROTC instructors. I'm not sure this can be answered in this forum, but I think we're all curious as to know how it's decided which teachers and advisors and coaches receive a stipend. There is a huge difference between the color guard stipend that has been received by others and what a Colts Neck High School and NJROTC color guard provides. If any of you have seen them, it's a very emotional thing. I had people, when they did the Relay for Life this past summer at Freehold Raceway, a dozen cadets or so walked the cancer survivors in and did a color guard at that event, and there were people sobbing watching what these kids were doing. There is no coach or advisor in this district that gives up of their own personal time and their family time and their lives what ours do. There's no season for drill team and SEAL team. These things go from August till May. That doesn't happen with any other sport or activity. Finally, I'd just like to say two more things. Our cadets have given more than 6,000 hours of community service last year. The instructors are there for many of those items. No other organization, I would be willing to guess, in this district provides that sort of community service. And our drill team last year finished second nationally. That's a remarkable achievement that I would love to know if one of the football teams came in second nationally, what kind of accolades they would have gotten that our kids do not get the respect for, and our coaches, which is what the instructors are for our drill team.